Stephy, young Kira. Very strong Christian believer, 37 still. And today is Thursday. I like to, y'all probably know by now, Thursdays I like to, let me see if I can, anyway, yeah, we had a good Bible study last night. We were in Judges 19, which is a very, very, very dark chapter in Judges, but we're almost done with Judges, so I'm hoping we can get, yeah, the Graham is sad. And morbid even. It's just a glimpse and yeah, and how the world was then, this sodomy and yeah, the gang rapes and murders, just horrible, the abuse, the suffering, and you see a lot of this going on today in this day and age. So they say it will be like it was in the days of Noah, which it was even worse in the days of Noah. I mean, it was always like that, the sodomy and stuff. Thinking of Lot, they wanted to have sex with the two men that were with them, but he gave the men his daughter instead, because the men who were with him were not people; they were angels. You know. And the same with this story. These gang of miscreants wanted to have sex with the man, and it's just depraved stuff. Yeah, I was a kid reading my Bible. I never understood these chapters. I didn't. Yeah, I don't know what. I didn't know what sex and stuff was and stuff like that. I'm making this. I've made this game to protect younger people, younger generation of people from the depravity you see in games, homosexuality and stuff that they're forcing on little kids' minds. And I just wanted a nice good versus evil kind of story. And I called it Tokala, so I had to always look up the words that I make up. I found out that it means fox in Native American names. Anyway, this was called Witch's Woods Variant 6. So I changed it to Variant 7. Variant 7 FLP. But this is my pet project that I've been working on for so many years before I had all the stroke series, all the massive strokes. This was, I used Witch's Woods Variant 6. I'm changing it, I'm saving it as Variant 7 now, because I changed the tone of it. Yeah, these tunes I made for being in woods, like a woodsy kind of feel, ambient woods feel. And I decided, since I had the project file, I'm gonna be adding different sound effects to it, like change the analog sound early team years and years ago, but I think probably around 2016, most of them kind of went their own ways and left the group. And yeah, filtered off, tapered off, or whatever. I can't think. They filtered out, went their own separate ways. That's why we're looking for people who are not tied up by life events and stuff, like working, and people who have really rough jobs and have families to take care of, all that kind of stuff. That's why I always say I want mostly for people in the game modding community who have time to do stuff like this, to volunteer for project assignments, like game projects and whatnot. We used to have a lot of people wanting to help us. We had game studios interested in the game project, which, by the way, I found out Tokala means fox in Native American names, so I had to revolve the world around foxes after I found that out. Which I love foxes. They're one of my favorite animals. They're definitely my favorite canine creature. I like wolves, but I really like foxes with their cat eyes. So I thought it would be a good idea to revolve the world around foxes. They even made a fox people race. I call it the Tokalis race, and the god character, it's like Aslan the lion in Narnia. It's a fox named Tokus. Wanted to end up with a S. I don't know why I spelled it T-O-K-I-S instead of T-O-K-U-S. I made a song. The earth below us sings the Lord Tokus. And I kept thinking maybe I should change the spelling to T-O-K-U-S. Like my game studio that I created, Alterius Studios. But I don't know, I just like how Tokus sounds more than Tokus or Tokas. Yeah, I don't think the YouTube speech automatic captioning will hear all the variations of words that I've been saying. But Tokala, T-O-K-A-L-A, means fox in Native American names. But anyway, I do these videos every week, really hoping to find more interest in the project, people who can help us. And so far, we haven't been very successful. People have watched the videos I put out, but I think that's just to be nice. But no one's actually helping us that I know of. No one has helped us and messaged me. I always say, if you want to help us, if you do anything to help us, please give me a message on Gmail or message me directly on Facebook and tell me what you modified or added, or we need people of all talent, skills, or abilities. By the way, I'll tell you more of the synopsis of the plot. By the way, the hero character, the player character, is called the Steward. They are an angelic being, the last of 12 stewards. The first one became an evil demon lord, called himself Dralkarius, yeah, I made it to where there were 12 of them, and 12 is an important biblical number. 12 tribes of Israel, and the 12 the disciples that were chosen for the 12 tribes of Israel. It reminds me of that grim, morbid story in Judges that this woman was killed, and the the guy, her husband, I guess, her master or whatever, he cut her body up into 12 pieces. And 12 is a very prevalent number in the Bible. Very important number, so I had to have 12 stewards. And the first one is like the Satan character. Yeah, the bad, evil demon lord. He also betrayed the fox god Tokus. And he created this demon lord. He created death, destruction, decay, suffering, pain, anguish. He created all that. He made it to where anyone living on the surface of the world will die eventually, and he made this to his benefit. He likes to see people suffer, and he harvests their souls, and he feeds off of people's souls to make himself immortal. Because the world wasn't always like that. There didn't used to be death and decay or anything. So he feeds off of the lives of other. Yeah, he drains their life until they die, and he takes their life, feeds it for himself. And I wouldn't say he takes their souls, actually, because he knows he's going to eventually go to the dark place. He's prolonging his time, so he, instead of going to the dark, like hell basically, or Sheol, or what else is it called? Hana, just a lot of words for hell. It's just he was gonna go to hell basically, and to save his butt, he decided instead to temporarily put off going to the bad place after he betrayed Tokus the first time. He betrayed Tokus the second time because Tokus decided to become a mortal like everyone else, just so he can save the mortals. It's like what Jesus did for people in Aslan, the Lion, and Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe. He sacrifices his life. He makes himself mortal, and he lets the evil witch kill him. The evil witch being the Satan character, pretty much. But he comes back to life. It's just a similar theme, you know. Jalkarius, he betrays him a second time. Jalkarius, the reason why Tokus descended to the world and became mortal is to protect innocent creatures from being destroyed by, it was a flock of sheep. They were being attacked, savagely attacked by these ravenous, savage Jalkar possessed. Jalkar, the minions of Jalkarius, so like the demons, the Jalkar possessed wolves that were trying to attack and kill these sheep. And Tokus sacrifices his life to save them. He comes back to life and goes back to the celestial realm. And he had a steward. The angelic beings, they descend from the celestial realm to the plane of Tokala to help the world. They're protected from Jalkarius, but and when anyone who descends to the earth, they become mortal. They become just like anyone else. So basically, in the game, you choose form. once your character hits the ground, basically they become mortal, and they have to fight and do whatever it takes to stop Drakarius, and there are several main characters that help the steward along. The hero character, the steward. One of them is a little elf girl. Yeah, she's the first one that the steward is trained by. I'll go into the story another day when I'm not really tired. But we need people of any and all talent, skill, or ability. If you have any talent, skill, or ability at all, even if you don't, you can start a GoFundMe. I've been starting GoFundMes for friends in other countries that need help, food and shelter and things. So I decided not to waste my time. Started a GoFundMe for Realms of Tokala. Well, I thought you needed to have a bank account to start a GoFundMe, but apparently you don't. I guess the money that is donated collects on the website, and you can get the money from the fundraiser if you get money for it and collect it. You can collect it from the website. Anyway, this is a song, another variant that I made. This is variant 7. But even if you don't have a talent, skill, or ability, and you just want to help us out starting a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter or Indiegogo or one of those crowdfunding, some kind of crowdfunding campaign to help out our project. But we need people who can voice act. We need people who can, preferably people who can sing. Because I want to add more bard characters and singing stuff. We need people who can help us write more quest dialogues and things. More stories, brainstorm new ideas for new races and new areas, new cities and things. I have a few quests written down, but we have about 6 different races. We have a little elf people race, the Murtani people. They live high up in trees and giant mushroom houses like the Dunmer. They're Mur. I think Mur stands for like elf or fantasy creatures, or like mermaid. And Murtani, Tany. And we have, I also made a fox people race like the Khajiits in Elder Scrolls games. Except they're foxes, so anthropomorphic fox people. The Tokalis race. We have an anthropomorphic amphibious race called the Tohona. We have an anthropomorphic dragon people race called the Tarl Horuk. And we have a humanoid race, so pretty much I call them the Salvani, the desert people. And there's also a race manufactured, they're pretty much almost like androids. They're a created race and manufactured to be slaves of sorry for all the loud fans going. It's really loud in here. I hope you can hear me even. But I like to make these every week to bring awareness and potential support. Potential I make the Google Drive folder that make it public so anyone can access it, can take stuff out of it, modify it, put it back in, add their own content if they want, just by clicking the link. Yeah, I have everyone set up as an editor. If you want to add your own content to the folder, just please let me know if you do. Or if you take something and download it, modify it, and upload it to some other file hosting site, give me a link to that. If you do, always leave the links to the stuff. Yeah. One of these sound pretty harsh. This one sounds really harsh, so I'm gonna listen to it again. It's got that loud kind of. That's why there are only certain ones that I really liked. Lost Way. There we go. This one makes sense. Lost, because you lose your way in a witch's woods. Export it as a WAV file. I always export them as WAV files. This one's pretty short, so it might not take as long to render it, but they do take a very long time to render. But anyway. Disappearing. I have to keep moving it to other things. Sorry for my clothes.